Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the channel. Today we have another update video for Fallout 76, so let's crack on with it. Okay, we're going to be jumping right into the Nuka Knights website, and here we're going to have a look at 3 different articles. And if you want a link to any of these articles, be sure to check out the description down below. So just a quick mention, there is a video via Nuka Knights on this article if you want to go check that out instead of listening to me. I just thought I'd throw this in with some of the other stuff as well. So first of all, we have the Responders bandana. It looks pretty neat for the dog here. So it just says dog, so you can put it on the dog. And here's another angle of that. The next one we have is the Robo Paw Blue in datamine. And I think this looks pretty neat, actually. I wonder if you can put the bandana on here. That would look pretty interesting. Here is another angle out in the world. And here's another angle of that with its little robo dog home. I like that. I like that a lot, actually. The next we have the Mongrel. And this thing, I think you need an acquired taste to really like the way this looks. I mean, some people might. For Halloween, this would be perfect. Running around. Here's another shot of the Mongrel here. Here it is trying to be cute, but that's not cute. Let's just be honest, that's terrifying. Next we have the Rad Hog, so another pet. And this we've spoken about before, but I'll briefly touch through some of the pictures here. This is a pet that you'll be able to get through the Atom Shop when the Burning Springs update comes out, so that has been confirmed. Next we have the Fishing Lure Rack, and that's that middle piece here underneath the fishing rod stand or whatever that is. Next we have a close-up of it, and I actually really like this. It looks pretty neat as just a decorative wall piece. I just really like it for some reason. Next, we have the Sunset Sarsaparilla Rack. And yeah, well, it's a rack. There you go. Here's the Sunset Sarsaparilla Rack, once again with a bunch of Nuka Cola of all shapes, sizes, and flavors in there. And here's another shot of it. Next, we have the Fungal Fishing Rod display. This is a very peculiar looking piece. And so the fishing rod goes right at the top. I wonder if you can have more than one fishing rod, just judging from the fact that there's more sort of areas for it. This looks like something that gathers water, or maybe is part of a generator that uses water to power it. I think this is pretty neat piece. And here's another shot of it. Next, we have the Ceramic Turkey. If you're interested in that. A very interesting decorative piece, but I think a welcome one too. It could definitely fit in a lot of places. And there it is in all of its glory. Next we have the Modern Television, and I think this will also be a very welcome piece. You can see it actually lights up and says some stuff on it. As you can see here, it says, please stand by. So they've obviously just snipped that and popped that in there. But it is nice to have a TV with some stuff on it. And here's another shot of it, but with the TV off. So I'm wondering if you have to power it, or is this just like a weird render that doesn't have the display. Next we have a road sign for Old Ohio. Here it is out in the wild. And we have it here again with someone standing next to it. Next we have the Ornamental Birds, and this is a really cool piece, especially for modern bases, I think, modern aesthetic. But I personally think this could fit in a lot of different styles and themes. Next we have the Dinky Plushie, and this thing has a ginormous face. I mean, look at the face on that one. Now we have Mr. Sassy Plushie. And yeah, it's looking a lot rattier than the previous one we just looked at, but looks pretty neat. We have a pumpkin shooting target, which is pretty interesting. I wonder how that's going to work. Oh, so you can actually shoot it and it will explode. So does it just like pop back up, or how does that work? We have the rusted cherry bomb. Very interesting. So you can add these sort of broken down, rusted, or partially destroyed vehicles to your camp just to add to that sort of apocalyptic feel. We have the rusted coat of arms. Very, very neat statue. Or I guess this could be, maybe this is an actual armor on a stand. Either or. It looks very cool. Next we have the Mr. Rusty Plushie statue, and it is pretty big. I mean, that's pretty big. The whiskers are these sort of weird wires coming out, and then someone's got these metal sort of wiring things coming out the top as well. We have the Yao Guai, I can never pronounce it, rug, the bear rug. Or the werewolfy bear thing rug. Here is another shot of it. And here's someone just casually lying on it. I don't know if I'll feel super comfortable with lying on that. Oh, they've even got the trophy at the top. Next we have the Atomic Blackjack table. And I think this will be a nice piece to have. And the question is, can you sit at it and have a little game? Next we have the Atomic Dice table. I'm guessing this is going to be a fairly large piece. If you can tell by the card at the bottom compared to the other one, this is much larger. And there's someone standing next to it. So yeah, pretty large. We have the Atomic Poker table. Nice round table. I don't know if you can necessarily play at it, but pretty nice. We have the Atomic Roulette table. And there's someone actually playing. I like that. Isn't that the golf club? Pretty sure that's the golf club, and they just have it there somehow. We have the brown classy couch. The brown classy couch with someone sitting on it looking classy. And here it is again. We have the dynamite box. With a guy, he's literally just spawned in and slapped on some military gear ASAP Rocky, and his dynamite, the dynamite box again. We have the rustic 9-ball table. Oh, wouldn't it be cool if this was an actual minigame you could play with people instead of this guy's just staring at it, wishing he could play with it? I don't think we have the brain power or the knowledge in Fallout lands to actually play one of these. We got the Reclaimed Retreat Camp Kit, and now this one looks really cool. It will go really well with my ghillie suit that I wear, I feel like, so I might actually want to build something out of this just to really give me that sort of bush, like blend camouflagey kind of vibes. Maybe a little campfire cone with it too. It's a really, really cool set. And here's another angle of it on the outside. You even get these sort of defensive barriers, walls, fencing, whatever you want to call it, categorize it. It looks pretty neat. They've even actually created a little balcony here. That's kind of nice. Next we have the Sunset Sarsaparilla neon sign. Next we have the stateroom heater fireplace, and we should have another lovely little shot here of it next to this Christmas tree thing. Now we got the Dust Devil Fusion Generator. Very interesting, this piece actually. Next we have the Big Iron Stove. I actually really like this one. Even though it's a little bit crooked, but I kind of like it. It's a bit small. It's a bit... How's anyone supposed to cook on that? You're supposed to sit down and cook. Maybe that's what you're supposed to do. Big iron stove right there. The proportion compared to the player is a bit off in my opinion. But is what it is. We got the Radhog Spit Cooking Station. You're gonna have super mutants knocking on your door with this one. Next we have the Raider Gnomes. Here's a full collection of Raider Gnomes if you're interested in those. Next we have the Dino Bite Gift Shop. Now this is definitely one of the coolest pieces that is coming. And you'll see why here, because as the name states, Dino Bite Gift Shop, it has a little shop inside. So you're going to be able to go in this shop and buy some gifts or whatever, have your vendor in here or whatever. And then you can see on the left side, there's some stairs and that will lead you up to this section here, which could be a floating base. I don't know. Maybe. I think that'd be kind of cool. And here's another shot of it in all of its glory. So you can see kind of where its booty is, but just to the side of the booty area. You're going to see a entrance there, and that will lead you into the gift shop, and the stairs will be inside that will go through the bellies and the guts of this thing all the way to the top. And it is even holding on to a sign that says motel, which is really cool. Next we have the gas station canopy, and I think this is actually a welcome piece as well, with all the sort of vehicles and broken vehicles and stations of vehicles and stuff like that. I think this would be a good addition. We have the Haunted Mansion, which pretty much reminds me of the mansion in Skyline Valley for the main story quest. If it's not just that, but it's a fairly large pre-made, if you ask me. There's various levels of rooms. There's a loft or an attic, however you want to pronounce that. This is actually a fairly large piece, and I'm fairly interested in picking it up. The one thing I don't like about prefabs is some of them, when they get damaged, they start losing bits and pieces here and there and have holes in them, and there's no way for you to fix it unless the whole thing's destroyed. So really annoying. Next we have the Poseidon Energy gas station, and I think this is like one of those out in the sticks, in the boonies, the countryside, out in the fields or something, where there's not a lot going on, in the middle of nowhere kind of petrol station, right? And that's what this would be for, I'm guessing, because in my mind this just does not look like a petrol station whatsoever. And here you can sort of see inside. I'm guessing it's not too big. You got this sort of side section here, which I'm going to be honest, maybe there's a car that can fit in there. I don't know. Next we have the Camo Open Shipping Container. It's just a shipping container that's, I'm guessing, partially open. So there's another variant called the Solid Camo Shipping Container, and this does not have the sort of hollow side or the opening, you could say. Next we have the Vidomatic Punch Card Machine, and this is awesome to see. There's a new punch card coming to Fallout 76, and this one is actually a pretty cool looking piece, if I can say so. It definitely will. I don't understand how punch card skins or reskins, remodels weren't already in the game, but I guess they're coming now. We have the Santa's Helper Repair Bot, which I'm not sure what the repair bot will do. Maybe repair your base. That'll be interesting. So the next one we have here is the Weather Control Station Burning Night, and this thing has a very, very cool effect because if you've actually been to the new area in Fallout 76 and you've actually looked up during the night, you'll see that there's this sort of northern lights looking effect, and it is phenomenal looking. I love it. It is really, really cool, and I am for sure going to be getting this piece here. Next we have the same thing but in the Burning Sandstorm variant, and you can see here is the Sandstorm. If you just want to forever be in a sandstorm, you can do that. You can do that if you want to. It doesn't really excite me, but maybe someone out there. Next we have the Rusted Vendor Bot. So we've got one of these types of vendor bots already in the game. This is just a rusted version of it, so just a very light reskin of an asset already in the game. Next we have the Log Wall Shelf, and this will go with the build pieces that are coming, and it does look pretty nice with those leaves hanging and dangling all over the place, these sort of vines everywhere. Next we have the Pennant PTS P64. So I don't think this has a name. this is not right, but there's that. We've got Woodland, which is a new wallpaper, and it does look pretty interesting. A bit repetitive, but pretty interesting, if you ask me. We have the Wasteland Compound Petition set, which actually I might be interested in this. This is really cool. It looks fairly high up. It is very high up. So yeah, I think this will be really nice for a sort of like fort build, military-esque build, or even just like you're trying to create like a settlement sort of vibe going on. This will be really cool to have. Next we have the Atomic Bomb Statue. So a statue of the atomic bomb in Fallout 76. If you've ever wanted that, it's coming. It does actually look pretty cool. Maybe if the mansion has like a really big hall area, this might like fit in there and look pretty cool when well lit. Next we have the taxidermy for the glowing ant, and that one also looks pretty neat. I don't know if I'll ever use it, but it does look pretty neat. We have the Tunnel Light, which is an interesting piece to say the least. And that's going to conclude this video. I had to cut this one short because there is just so much to show, and I wanted to give it some time as well as my reaction for all the different elements that are coming to Fallout 76. So keep your eye out for the next video, as it will be a continuation of this one, like a part 2 you could say. And that would include some outfits, backpacks, and weapon skins, and some other bits and pieces as well. But with that all out the way, cheers all for joining me, thanks all for watching, and I'm going to catch you all on the next one.